Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to do something a little bit different. There's no advertisements or no follow-ups to my website or anything on this. I want to tell a little bit of story from yesterday from one of my Instacart journeys. Hopefully you find it exciting. It's about the best tip I've ever received during Instacart. So if you do Instacart now, or you're looking to do Instacart, but if you've done Instacart, you know that it's a little bit stressful. At times, you're going from order to order, and sometimes you get demanding customers that are constantly messaging you for stuff that seems to you like, why are you messaging me? I'm trying to shop, and you're trying to dodge people in the store and stuff. So yesterday I was driving all over the place and dealing with people shopping, and I got this call to go to a Shaw's that was like 20 minutes away. So I'm a pretty happy and positive person. Where I was like, why did I accept this? It's 24 minutes away, but it's okay. It's actually not that bad. I like the Shaw's store. So I went there and I started picking the order. And the woman on the other end was ding, 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 asking me all these questions. She had never done it before. And I was responding to her, and her order was like one roll of toilet paper, and I was being very cynical. And I was like, well, who orders one roll of toilet paper? You know you're going to use 2 rolls of toilet paper. And then just very specific, small, one-piece orders and stuff. And she was asking, and I was being cynical, and I was thinking, why she's being so specific with all this stuff. And I was like, oh, this is her first order, so she's probably getting a free order, and she's going to run me through the ringer. I'm not going to get a good tip or anything. And I wasn't negative or down. It's just this was in the back of my head. I was positive, having fun. I actually really enjoy doing Instacart. It's fun driving around, meeting people. I like the excitement of being like a video game and going through. So I'm answering her messages and being polite, and I check out and everything, and now I have to drive, and the house that I'm driving to is like 15 minutes away. So I've already driven 30 minutes to the store, did the shopping, and it was small. It was like eight or 9 items. So I'm driving like 40 minutes to pick up 8 or 9 items. So then I drive to the location, which was Lakeview Road, and I get there, and the address number isn't there. So I'm confused. I'm spinning around. I open up Waze. I'm looking for the address. Can't find it. I go online. I can't find it. Then I go back and check the GPS again, and she updated her information to Lakeview Street, which was 15 minutes in the other direction. So now I've done 30 minutes, 15 and 15. I'm still not frustrated just because I'm in good mental health and everything, but I'm like, this is going to be a funny story. So I get there, it's a one-way street that has this weird entryway. So I actually have to back all the way down the street in reverse because I couldn't figure out how to get into this dead-end one-way street at the end. So I get down there. She's on the 3rd floor. No one can find her. She's not answering the doorbell. So I'm like, what is going on? I'm running around the house asking the neighbors. I'm like, this is becoming a nightmare. There's no doorbells. Finally, this young woman from the 2nd floor comes out and tells me that the woman's on the 3rd floor. And I'm like, people are getting too comfortable with having me bring groceries up to the 3rd and 5th and 6th and 9th floor. But it's the job, and I was still excited. I was happy. I wasn't down during all this. It's just that normally this would sound like a really terrible experience. So I get up to the 3rd floor, and the door opens. And there's a little old lady at the door, and she's shaking. I won't do it out of respect, but she's shaking, and her hands are up like this. And I'm saying, oh, here are your groceries. And she's like, oh, can you bring them in for me? So I'm like, sure. And I noticed that older people may feel more comfortable with having people in the house. So I go in, and she says, oh, I have MS. My sister from South Carolina sent me to. So just a little backstory now. This woman looks to be about, I would guess in her 80s, at least. I don't know, maybe MS aged her a little bit, but she was very shaky, and she couldn't stand up, and her arms were like cranked in, so she had difficulty with stuff. And I'm not doing that disrespectful. I'm just trying to give you a mental image of her. She was very sweet. So I'm like, she's like, can you bring them in? So I'm like, not a problem. So I put the groceries on the table, and she's like, could you do me a favor, sir? Could you undo the soda top? And it's like, sure. So first of all, she says, oh, my sister from South Carolina sent these to me. So the woman that was messaging me was in another state, and she was delivering groceries to her sister who had MS, which is why they're very specific items. And it was just one piece of everything in very small order, because I'm going to guess that her sister knew that things would spoil and that maybe she's not as well off as her sister up here with MS. So she didn't know it was a gift, so I started showing her the stuff, and I said, oh, she bought you ginger ale, and she said, could you undo the top for me, because I'm not strong enough to undo the top. I said, not a problem. So I undid the top, and I said, where would you like it? And I put it in the fridge for her. She ordered cream cheese that was whipped, and she wanted me to open that and take the silver tops off, because she can't peel the silver tops back with her condition. She's losing muscle function. So I peeled the silver tops off. I opened up she got one little small orange juice. I opened that up. I took the top off that. We opened like sliced cheese packages and everything. And I was there an extra, probably like 5 to 10 minutes, helping her organize. And even the twist tie on the bread had to be removed. And we put the bread in a container that she could get out and everything. And then she reached in and she had this like mat on top of her kitchen table, and she watched over by herself, and she reached on the mat, and she grabs this dollar bill, and I specifically kept it separate, and she gives me this dollar bill, and she gives me a big hug and says, thank you so much for delivering the groceries, and that she really appreciated it. And this, I know some people might be like, oh, I can't believe you took $1 from that little old lady, but she wanted me to have it, and I wanted to take it. I didn't want to be disrespectful, like her money wasn't any good, but this really means a lot to me. She was so, so thankful. She gave me a big hug and just said, thank you, and kind of held me for a second when she hugged me. And I was just, I was taken back, and so the name of the channel is Dave Wright, the Capitalist. And with capitalism, a lot of times you hear all this negativity in the media and on websites and stuff for people attacking capitalism. Capitalism it's just a tool. It's the idea that people can voluntarily exchange between one another. Capital, is just currency of any sort. It could be an idea, it could be money, it could be services, all sorts of stuff that people could trade or barter or exchange voluntarily. I don't want to get into that, but from driving Uber, driving Lyft, and now doing Instacart, don't let people make you feel uncomfortable about the job that you have. Yesterday, I helped this woman with Instacart. Later in the day, there was another older woman who couldn't walk and had an oxygen tank, and I delivered her groceries. Through Uber and Lyft, I've been able to get people with disabilities to medical centers or to pick up their medication at Walmart or CVS for low fees. I mean, picture you need to go get your medication and you can't afford a car, don't have somebody to help you, and you can take a ride up the street and back for $3 to $6 to get that medication, where a taxi service before would probably charge $20 or upwards for that. This woman in South Carolina was able to take care of her sister from a distance. I go to some old folks' homes and I drop off stuff there as well. This is not just a service for rich people that are taking car services with Uber, and this is not an idea that rich people are just ordering their groceries and that we're their servants. This free market capitalistic idea of individuals working as independent contractors, although Uber and Lyft and Instacart are these big companies, they depend on us and we depend on them to give good service and to keep our income. And I mean, besides the fact that I see so many people in the comments here that just are excited and they're making money and they get to be independent, we're doing services. And a lot of the days, if you take a look, when I go to a house and there's a mother that is expecting with a child with 2 kids already, and maybe she would have difficulties getting the groceries and we're delivering it to them. Granted, you could have some bad customers, but remember that this is a service that's really helping people. In capitalism or anything, it's not about it. Obviously, you're making a profit, but the profit is a signal that your community values what you're giving. We're adding value to our community, and when you go out every day, whether you're doing a side hustle of Amazon Flex or Instacart or Uber or whatever it is, you're starting a little business or whatever, eBay flipping for maybe some of your goals and dreams. Just remember that this dollar means that I gave value to that woman. This was the only dollar she had there. The service that I provided her was so valuable that she took the last dollar she had and gave it to me. And again, people are probably like, you took $1 from a little old lady? She wanted me to have it, and I'm not going to disrespect her by taking it. And I do really appreciate this. So everybody have a good day. And remember, when you're out there and you're bettering yourself, you guys are great. Instacart it's more than just a delivery service if you make it more than that. So don't let people talk down to you or make you feel bad for trying to better yourself or trying to help people. And I hope that this little bit of a different type of video is okay and people like it. I'll be back with some more training videos. So this is definitely so far between Uber, Lyft, and Instacart. This is by far the best tip I've ever received. Everybody have a great day.